yesterday at 10:20 p.m. Of all times, 10:20 p.m. I receive a text from Philip saying, "Dan, please stop posting inapplicable things in the downtime.
Yes,
It genuinely makes it irritating to count the votes. Ha ha ha."
Do you really not know why? Hi everyone, welcome to Topflight Tales, by the way. Do
you
you
know
really not know why I texted you that at that exact moment? Can you really not guess?
You were counting the votes. I don't know. I posted them? Is that when I posted?
Yeah, you posted like minutes before that.
Whatever.
You know that for your show, when you were still playing in the meta game, there was a whole discussion about, hey, only use the options. Philip had a whole thing because he had to stop viewers from doing it.
I don't know. I don't pay attention anymore.
This was during your show. When you were voting actively.
I would do weird things sometimes. I get frisky. You know what I'm gonna say? I am trying to imagine. Oh god, where's a great visual aid? I need a visual aid right now, and there's nothing right in my reach that is gonna be a good visual aid that I won't feel weird about. Okay, here we go.
Why would you? That's concerning that everything you look around you feel weird about grabbing.
No, that felt very accurate and about right.
I gotta remove this virtual background for a second.
Understandable.
Imagine, okay, we have a little Bulbasaur here. Imagine this Bulbasaur, this cute little guy, is like the world in which this like connected multiverse in which we all play and experience stories.
Yeah.
And when we're
Where are you going with it, Dan?
Oh, you can't
bring it home.
No. Take it out onto the highway. Let's let him.
I don't know why you're expecting something to sink. This is a guy who takes a 5-minute walk to get to a 2-second joke.
We're digging these things. We're digging into these things. We're exploring the fabric of this multiverse, and we're just putting our finger into this Bulbasaur.
No.
And I'm trying to
of all the things that were going to be weird to grab, you doing that to the Bulbasaur is not.
This was the thing that this was the thing that was not weird to grab. Except Dan, we're not. The thing is that you've walked into a room and you're dictating the rules, and they don't apply anymore. They're not actions you're taking. You're voting A or B. It's not exploration. It's not research. And so it's even more irritating than.
And that's
than
the problem with the educational system today. It's all just standardized.
We're not in school anymore, man. We're out in the real world. That's what's going on now. And we're at war because of what you did.
That's true.
I'm not at war.
Just wait. It's coming to all the universes because of what you did.
Whoa, you're sounding awfully blameful right now, Pierce. I'm trying to learn here. I'm a man of science and education.
Leave Dan alone. He doesn't read.
Yeah. In fairness to not in fairness to Dan, but basically, oh hey, 32 months.
Oh wow!
Thanks, Steinbergler.
Well done, Dan.
Hey, Steinbergler, we just want to say thanks for watching, Steinbergler, whoever you are. We appreciate your patronage, and you know, we think our viewers are so great.
Participation in the Discord.
Now, Dan, you got to get on this. Yes, it is. I think that it's. I had intended to tell you earlier, and then what had made it funny was that I had complained about it. I brought it up on Monday with everyone in that game. Now we have 7 players in that game. Do you know how many we had on Monday? We had 3. But the point is, we were joking about that, and then in chat, people were like, I sort of said like, it's just irritating because like it like ruins the thing, and people in chat were like, yeah, it is irritating, and that was really funny to me. So then for you to just do it again when I announced a new thing was beautiful. So I had to let you know. I was thinking I would just tell you today, but since you did it again, I went ahead and did it. So yes. So the point is, Dan, feel free to participate in that. But here's the 2 things I'll say. 1, go ahead and vote for one of the 2 options. You don't even have to find out what they mean. You can just copy the weird acronym that one side or the other's using. 2, please post all of the things you want in any of the other threads, just not that thread. That's the request. There will be places where people can even propose what future missions are. And if you want to have them go to the Vorpal Wars, you can try to explain to everyone why they'd want to go to wars where many of the swords will cut your head off immediately.
Because it rocks.
That's what the Vorpal Wars are. The Vorpal Wars are a dangerous time in the history of Euclidea. So. Speaking of 3 players, we only have 3 players tonight in this game, too. It's a rainy It's a rainy weather situation. I will actually go ahead and mention one more thing about.
Which is a weird thing to not have players. I know it's because we have like severe thing and like people are like losing their power or their internet or something like that. But the weird thing is like, yeah, it's rainy and no one can go outside, so we don't have players.
Yeah,
yeah.
Correct. The two options, though, I'll mention this. I'll probably talk about this again later. But we have two options for this week's vote, and I will say I'm surprised by how the voting has been so far. Although Book and Dagger did then mention, because I thought this was going to be a runaway for Meet the Plains. If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Plains. But Book and Dagger said that he voted to even things up because he was just doing the bit that you guys always do for the intros. So I did find that pretty amusing, personally.
I want to be clear. I'm never doing a bit for that. I'm always voting because that's what I want.
I understand. What other people do? Yes, not you, KJ. You're like the top of class. You're
star people.
You get the red star on your thing, the sticker. Whereas what other people do is they simply vote so they don't have to make the decision.
Cowards.
So they don't have to be the final cast, which is funny to me. Dan just voted him. Meet the Plains. There you go. He did Meet the Plains rather than Course Court Revisited. I thought Meet the Plains was going to run away with it, but we'll see.
Course Court means nothing to me.
That's true. Well, you hung out there several times during Lost Lore Academia, but
but a pale facsimile.
True. So in any event, you can vote on that. We'll probably talk more about that later. But for tonight, we are back with more Topflight Tales. Now more than ever, I'm sort of trying to structure this game as a little more kind of, free form, follow stuff, the way that it worked for the vampires arc of Blood from a Stone. We were just kind of cutting around to different storylines. So in the spirit of that, hello, Sophia, and welcome. You missed. It is raining. That is true. We were just talking about how we have few players on Monday and tonight because of the rain. Even though I think tonight it's not because of rain. It's just other incidents. But you did miss. We won't repeat the whole thing, but you did miss us, Dan.
I can yell at Dan again.
Yeah, Pierce was very upset with Dan for posting the stuff in the game that he's not involved in. And Dan was upset about how we're kind of like trying to suppress ideas and like what are we a modern college kind of a thing?
It's
what are
great.
we a current university system? So yeah, basically that. But basically, then now Dan has cast a vote for one of the two options. I
figured out my voting strategy and I'm going to stick to it, but it's private and personal.
Oh my god, are you always just vote for the second option?
No, maybe.
Interesting.
I won't say.
No, maybe. Never say. Well, very good. So, for today's game, because we sort of have kind of a mishmash of players from different zones and there's different possibilities. I think, Pierce, please don't be mad at me because I see you've changed your shirt.
Son of a bitch.
I think no, don't change your shirt. You haven't listened to what I say, and then you'll understand why you might be mad. Dan, would you roll a D13 for me?
Oh, baby. Oh, it's not even Friday. Thank you.
We're going to leave this up to chance a little bit as far as which storylines.
13!
We've rolled 13. Pierce, you can leave that shirt on. So 13 means, so basically we have three options, but that's about to change. Thanks, Dan. So apologies to my other players here. So basically 1 through 4 was going to be Topflight West. 5 through 8 was going to be Meridian. 9 through 12 was going to be Neon Flight, the future one.
Yeah,
Neon Flight.
Yeah. Wait. Well, then what is 13?
13 is. Do you remember what 13 was in the Blood from a Stone? It's the exact same thing. Remember what 13?
New
is?
game.
New game. So
yes!
We are starting a new thread of Topflight Tales tonight. We're starting a new sort of thing that we'll be following. Dan, I actually do have a thing for this. If you would please roll me, it is not. I unfortunately don't have this as a D13 table. I do need a D100 from you. Yes, thank you.
God, what a man! You know what? This makes up for me missing Friday. 9.
Interesting. Okay, great. So with a 9,
I will say sometimes when we roll on a table like that and Philip has a reaction like that, I don't know if he's genuinely interested or just he would say that because like it could have been anything. And he's like, oh, okay, we're doing this one.
What we're going to start with here today, and I'm actually going to give you guys. KJ looks so upset. I'm so sorry. Do you hate this so much?
It's fine. It's fine. I can adapt. It's fine.
I'm an agent of chaos.
I don't like surprises. I just.
Oh, understood. Okay.
KJ, I got you a brand new superhero you can play.
That's not guaranteed. We're
That's
normal
true.
people in one of these.
That's true.
Oh, we're just gonna play as people on ground level, watching the destruction of the heroes from above and just trying to survive.
Actually, Dan, I'll tell you what. Roll me a d10.
Which one?
Just deciding if we're heroes or normies or villains.
Oh, shit, KJ, you were so cool and smart. Dan, roll a d10 for me.
No, I'm very dumb and boring. No.
Yeah.
6.
I would love to like.
Yeah.
You're already playing a villain. You're fine.
No, she's a good guy. She's just not a good guy.
Yeah, you're a hero in that. No problem. Okay, we are going to play part 1 of a new mini-series. Oh, and this... Okay, so because of that, because you rolled a 9 on the big table, absolutely 100% this will work. Okay. Oh, what will I call it? I gotta come up with a real... I have to look up and make sure this isn't a comic book title. Hold on.
Why is the new game even an option? I don't understand.
But when do we get to New Game Plus?
Because
That's what I want to know.
because KJ, it would be unfair to whichever the other two options weren't weighted as heavily.
Neon Flight is already a new game. We have played one session of that.
Oh, I'm so...
And it would be rude for us to continue without Aaron.
Or Tentacle Eyes.
Oh my god! All right, no, you got me with that one.
Yeah, Tentacle Eyes. But
No, not that. I didn't even hear that until what the fuck? No, I meant Aaron.
No, but that's remember how Sierra?
Yeah, we know Sierra, so we know Tentacle Eyes.
I'd forgotten about that entirely. I was,
she swings from.
I was a happy girl.
How? I will never forget about
I
that.
block it out. I block out the unpleasant.
Okay, so my friends, you know what? I think that I can trust Pierce and Dan to roll with the following. I think I can trust this for this because
Well, now I'm
in
offended.
light of what has been rolled and in light of the amazing thing that KJ said that it should be villains,
I didn't say should. It was a question.
we are going to start a brand new series here on Topflight Tales. This one is not one that is as open-ended, although perhaps it will be if these become beloved characters. We are playing a series that is going to be named after a term that became very popularized earlier. This is a new series called Murder Babes. You are 3 knights of the new hell.
Yeah.
Each one of you is a demonic knight of new hell. And this is going to
God.
be you guys on a dark mission of sort of spreading Gidana's word. You
Illustrated by Frank Frazetta.
Covers by Frazetta, drawn by
Liefeld. It's a Liefeld book. Let's be honest.
Although I don't know, some of those.
This is a 90s Liefeld book. It has it all written all over.
Can you who's that? What's the name? I need to do some research.
Rob Liefeld.
L-I-E. Yeah. So it is time for Murder Babes. So if each one of you would, now I don't actually specifically have a hell thing control, but KJ, I'm going to let you go first. Would you please roll a D100? And I'm so sorry for what we're doing. And if you don't want to be friends with me, I understand. But also, this is kind of fun. Please be friends with me.
What dice should I be grabbing? Or is that what we're determining right now?
Pierce, roll a D13.
You are leaving the dice to 25. I got a 25.
This is it's been a long time since I've rolled this die. Uh, 11.
11. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
This is a card-based game now. Go find a deck of cards, everyone.
I have so many magic cards on my.
We're doing that on Friday, because part of me is just like that would just be really fun to just jump fully into that. However, that is Yeah, the deck of dread really does make sense for this. And everybody at home, I know that we're just.
Oh my
we're just,
god, no, stop. We gotta shut up. I'm sorry, KJ. We just can't speak anymore.
Deck of dread.
So, no. Wait. We're gonna do a D6 system, so it's like 666 for like devils.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
How many do I need?
For this, you will need grab a good number of D6s, but you won't need, like if you, okay, copy to a spreadsheet. Everybody, I'm gonna be live spreadsheeting here. For a moment.
We don't need a good number. We need an evil number.
That is also true. Okay, so we're gonna be
saying
using
13 sixes. Is that what you're saying?
You probably won't need 13 of them. That will be excessive, but you'll need I'm gonna call this Hell 666 system. Okay. The special rule for this game: if you ever roll 3 6s, if you ever have roll 3 6s in your dice pool, congratulations, you're cool. That's what it will like. There'll be some special benefit. That'll be like an exploding die situation.
I would just love if that was it. You're like, congratulations, you're cool. Moving on.
Okay. Hell cubes. Okay, we'll do physical, mental. That one, it was called technical.
Technicals for nerds.
There really isn't a technical in this. You know what? We're gonna keep it easy, and there are only going to be 3. No, there's got to be 4 stats.
Physical, mental, and hot.
Okay, we'll call it hellish. Yeah, that's fun actually.
Isn't that charisma? I just don't know.
Well, yeah, usually if you're saying something hot, you would be applying that to something physical or mental.
Okay, all right. Here's what we're gonna do.
KJ,
I'm so sorry about this, but also this is so fun too.
You're not. It's fine. I know you're not.
You know
He's sorry. He's sorry about this.
I am sad that you're not enjoying what will come, but I hope that you will in the end. That's what we'll call them. Okay.
So,
yes.
What did you?
And I know that KJ has rolled, and we're gonna get to that in just one second.
Oh,
Guys, what I'm doing right now is I am building a character sheet on the fly. So just everyone, I do apologize.
Hell yeah.
Like,
It's almost as if putting a new game option is a whole lot of trouble if you actually land on it.
yeah.
Right
Super
here in River
weird.
City.
It is
Like,
like that. It is
it's
like
Super weird. I don't know.
This is a weird, like, Sisyphean task of your own making, right? Like, and also, like, leaving everything about it at random.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well,
Feels like
the
that's-
odds of it's only a 1 in 13 chance that this would happen.
I mean, those seem like pretty good odds, right? Like,
Well, yeah, but we'll be fine.
So KJ, what character were you looking forward to playing tonight of our established characters?
We still will have a chance. This might just be a short.
We won't.
Okay, so KJ, and I'm sorry, actually, I should be letting
because
I
the
started this,
shortest
we're
part
gonna
of
go
any game is the character building.
KJ,
setup.
congratulations. What you have rolled as your power is basically you'll have energy blasts. You can shoot whether you want to do like hellfire or like whatever sort of probably hellfire because whatever, but you'll have the ability to fire energy blasts from your hand. You will also have a cool set of demonic armor. Do you want to pick a demon name or shall I roll on my ring?
Oh my god, both of those sound like really just roll, I guess. But if it's something I can't say, please keep rolling.
Tell you what, how let's do let's go to fantasy name generators, demon names. Never mind, these are rough. Well, roll a d10.
Man, I put all those away because you said all I would need was D6.
You should never put all your dice away. We could go to other systems.
I don't have the
later.
room.
Pierce and Dan, if you'd also roll a d100 for me.
12.
A d10.
Oh,
It was a 2.
The name on here is Vegura. Do you like that, or do you want me to click again and I'll take the 2 on this next page? Let me give you an option.
I'll look at it. Go ahead and build someone else's character. I'll look up a name.
Sounds good. All right, Pierce, what did you roll?
34.
34 he rolled. Oh, okay. Hey, that will actually work pretty well with this. It's literally is fire control. So you will have like pyromantic, shaping.
So I can't generate it, but I can control it.
Yeah, you can like other people can like use it for stuff. You can like create a creature of fire, or you can make shapes appear in it, that kind of stuff. You'll have pyromancy. Okay. Dan, what have you rolled?
79.
With a 79, can you actually roll another D100 for me?
93.
Whoa, baby. 93. Oof. Oof magoof. That is a powerful one, but
Yes, give it to me. Murder babes.
it is what you've rolled. You will have teleportation, which is literally just magic from the X-Men.
Yeah.
Just like a woman in demon armor who can use a sword to teleport people. Okay. I'm seeing suggestions such as Devilina, and other, that's what it'll be. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm just to fill
Yeah,
air here.
please.
I'm just gonna discuss something because I see it on this website I'm looking at right now. It does drive me nuts because this happened a lot when we were recording Cyberpunk. Is they still spelt demon throughout on all the dialogue, Daemon, and there is no reason to do that unless you want the pronunciation daemon. There's no reason to do it, but they would do it constantly, and they get mad in it like during our original instinct that it was not demon. And I like in a modern setting. This is a little bit of an Oxford comma kind of thing. Like the Oxford comma creates clarity, right? Using an archaic spelling of a word and expecting a modern pronunciation of it is madness.
Indeed. All right.
Especially in a futuristic setting. Anyway.
Okay, here we go.
Dusa.
Gusa?
Mm-hmm.
With a G or a D?
D.
Dusa.
It's Medusa without the
Right.
meh. Just Dusa.
Dusa.
I also like Hades.
First, I was looking at like Filipino demons, but my God, were those words so long? I didn't know how to shorten them, so I abandoned that.
Here's what it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, rolling triple sixes is really cool in this system, guys. It's something you'll want to do. Alrighty, I am copying to each of your sheets. I am copying the Hell 666 blank page, and we can very quickly build some characters based on this. So basically, KJ, I don't think you've... Actually, Pierce, you may never have done this D6 system ever before either. This is the West End Games D6 system. So the basic idea of this is a... Dan, you have, however, done this during... when it's, the Rocket Base 95 is where we did this system. The way this works is it is a pool system, so you're going to roll a bunch of dice, 6 d6s. You'll have a pool based on how good you are at things. When you roll, basically you'll add the total together. You're trying to get a target value. If you are going to need to designate one of your dice as special than the other. That is going to be your hell die. If your hell die rolls a 6, it explodes and you get to roll it again. But if it rolls a 1, you remove your hell die and whatever your highest die is from your total.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, it's a very swingy system. Okay, I have put one onto Lumen. I've put one onto Findon. Do you have a sheet on yours now, Findon?
Let's see. I was looking earlier. I do now. Yes.
Okay, and so I need to put one on Armament. Okay. I like that Armament and Findon are not on the T-Buddy board, but those are things. So, the way this works, and it looks like, so Pierce's character's name is
Morud.
Is Morud. Wonderful. You guys will gain a total of... Let me just look real quick at the... Where the fuck are you, Elutella? Goddamn, Lauren has too goddamn many characters. I'm just trying to figure out her.
Start deleting the sheets.
There it is. Okay, you get a total. I'm going to give you a little more than they had. You will get 13 dice for your sort of main attributes up at the top there. So in other words, in the big boxes for physical, intellect, charm, and hellfire, like KJ, for example, it's, I'm going to just put like 3, 3, 3, 4 in all of them. If you can arrange those however you want to be in the thing. You will also get additional dice. And if you notice all of the things, I'm going to show this off to the viewers for a brief moment, just what this sheet looks like, because it's a pretty simple one. Just dragging this in front like a real classy guy. So basically, you're going to have, they're going to be able to put, 3, 3, 3, 3. This is the size of the pool for this stuff. You'll see down here that the listed things at the bottom, those are standard, frequently used, like abilities that you might have in this game. You'll always use your pool for that, but for some of these, so for example, maybe for physical, maybe you wanted to put a die in brawl, but you also say, oh no, wait a second, I want to be good at like sword fighting. You can gain custom ones as well, as the idea. You guys will have some number of dice that you can put into those, and I think we will do that as a live thing where you can just put those dice in as we play. Based on what comes up, since we're sort of creating these characters. So we have Morud, Balia, and Dusa.
Pronounced in its original tongue as some Topflight character.
Some Topflight character. So Morud, your power is pyromancy. Balia, your power is teleportation. Deuce's power is energy blasts. Oh man, there's some real... Actually, the three of you have... I can already feel a lot of like really dangerous synergies that the three murder babes can make.
Yeah, we're all hot. That's the synergy.
Okay, synergy spelled S-N.
Yeah. Do we have to do... Is there a limit to like how high any of these physical attributes can be?
There probably is, but I will allow you guys as horrible demons to not to not do that. Oh, here's what I'll do though. I'm gonna say power. So for Marud, I'm gonna write these in here. Power is pyromancy. For Balia.
I already put it in notes.
A demon, and okay, cool. I'm putting it at the top just so I can see them fast as well.
Yeah.
You have teleportation, and then for our dear Dusa, and I'm so again KJ, I'm already excited about this character for you. I think it's gonna be a blast.
An energy blast.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. My mind went there. I refuse to say it.
But I want to do something
It
else
sounds
special
more like
for
it might
you
be a
guys.
little bit like an
I
Eldritch Blast.
want to kick you guys one little. Dan, I would say don't have anything over. How high are you trying to go in something?
I don't know.
Let's cap it at 4 for now.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
I think it is usually capped at 4, but if you really would rather be like,
Would my pyromancy be dictated by hellfire?
yes, any powers are going to be hellfire, so I'd set your hellfire power high. Yeah.
Go on.
And then there are actually rules for how you put more points in things, but I'm just going to kind of waive that for you guys and give you guys. Going to start with each of you will get. You're going to get 10 additional dice for like proficiencies, basically, to add to things. So you'll have a pool of those. You can add them as we go. You don't have to add them now. But I do actually want each of you to have one other little cool thing. So Pierce, will you roll? Would everybody give me one more D100 roll? Because your hellish armor will have a minor additional ability that it grants you as well.
Oh, I was so close. 68.
Oh, because 69 is fucking. Which is ironic, because that's not what 69 is. Okay,
12.
12. Okay, okay, so Dan, with your 68, you cannot, that's too big. I'll put that elsewhere, never mind. Please note, your armor, has special sort of like enchantments upon it that mean you cannot be sort of like your movement can be impeded, but you cannot be like paralyzed or stunned or like stopped in place, even though you can still be like potentially chained or that, but you can't be
Makes
like
sense. I can
frozen.
teleport away.
Yeah, you can. Oh, also that, but also like even if so like you and then then you can teleport out of that. So the point is you cannot be stunned or paralyzed. So maybe mark that down somewhere of your that's your armor specialty. I'm so sorry, KJ. You said you rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
12. I'm so happy that you're specifically getting this. Darkness control. So Dusa, you have armor of shadows. Which will grant you. I'm gonna just make the text of this smaller. I'll put it here. It will make you much better at sort of sneaking and deceiving. In other words, you can kind of you can kind of constantly have a sort of veil of shadow on you. Pierce, what did you roll?
So wait, quick question. So if that makes me better at sneaking, so if I leave my physical at like 2, will my sneak itself be higher?
Tell you what, yes, yours will be. I'll give you +2 to both. So you'll have an automatic outside of the.
You're putting that in mine.
I'm putting that in yours. Ah, damn. Hold on. Just kidding. I am putting that in yours. Shoot. All right. Delete. Move to hers. Yes. So basically, you will get a +2 to both of those abilities just naturally. So you can add those in if you want to. Pierce, what did you roll?
27.
27 he rolled. Ooh. Yeah. What's a good way? You know what? we're just going to I'm gonna give you a similar. This will sort of raise a stat for you. You have some absorption power, so basically your resist injury is going to increase.
Okay.
You're gonna get a +2 bonus to resist injury.
Oh, cool.
And Dan's yours doesn't have a mechanical bonus so much as it removes certain condition possibilities from you.
Boo.
Do you want to if you don't like that and would rather re-roll, please re-roll, and we'll do one that has like a mechanical benefit.
86.
86. You went from 68 to 86 from Justin to Kelly. Oh, that absolutely would make sense. Super speed. So, go ahead and give yourself +2 to run. Here, I'll put in some kind of shenanigans here. So that's cool. So you kind of all have a mechanical benefit from your armor. You all have your sort of wicked abilities that you have. But now what we have are a bunch of murder babes. Yes, Pierce, you were about to say something?
Oh, no. All I said was what to when you said from Justin to Kelly. That's what I said.
You guys don't.
I had no further comments.
From Justin to Kelly. All right. So, all right, great. All right, I think then we are at. I think we're good for now then. Does anyone have any questions? Obviously, there's many, but about the system, or do you just want to kind of dive in? I think you guys will pick up the idea.
Yeah, sure. Let's just
jump on into it. Then,
murder.
With context that means nothing to you, it's time to vote on a prologue. Option 1 is an amphitheater in New Hell. A sort of a performance space. Option 2, a prison in New Hell. Oh, 1, 2, Pierce, it's up to you.
Amphitheater or prison?
Mm-hmm.
The amphitheater. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what the show is.
So, we begin. We open at an outrageous hellish concert, where an incredible performance is being put on by several of those who serve the devil Bat Arbos and are sort of pumping themselves up for the war to come. At this performance, just all sorts of the demons of New Hell, of this sort of Ubikas universe that have now been brought into being through the power surge, are just stomping and rocking, and it is just incredibly like lush illustrations of like horned creatures torturing songs out of enchanted instruments, and it's very, very cool. However, there is a single lone figure. They are wearing a hood, but the hood clearly hides 2 horns on their head. This figure walks into the amphitheater, listening for a while to the music. No one pays attention to this presumably low-level demon who's simply come to sort of express their pleasure. But eventually this demon, or devil, or figure, becomes overwhelmed with frustration at what they see. The figure then raises a finger to their mouth and whispers, "Shh." The place grows silent. The instruments kind of shifting in the hands of those on stage. Everyone turns and looks at this newcomer. Hellish swords are drawn. chains of hellfire unfurled. Everyone turns on this visitor, and they throw back their cloak. And those who see, even among demons and devils and dark fiendish things, seeing who this is, an expression of terror is on their faces. Later, from the smoking wreckage of what was this amphitheater, this figure walks slowly across the desolate plains of New Hell. And it is at this time that we go to the throne room of Gidana, Sword of the Devil, where she has summoned 3 of the most ferocious swords of the devil. Those who, like her, are devil knights, but they are not the sword of the devil. They are what's a lesser term for sword of the what would the lower rank be? Like
Knife.
Like knife.
Dagger?
Yeah, you guys are knives of the devil. Oh shit,
Nice.
murder babes or is it cooler saying knives of the devil or daggers of the devil?
I think knives sounds cooler.
Knives.
actually.
Knives. The thing is better than the alliteration. All right, cool. So 3 knives of the devil. I love it. These 3 knives of the devil, and I know you guys have had spent a lot of time thinking about these characters, but let's introduce everyone to them. First up, we see Morud. Is it Morud or Morude?
Morud.
Morud. So first we see Morud. She is clad in what color is your absorbing armor?
It's a
Or
deep
your-
crimson. Actually, it's sort of similar to this color.
It's similar to your own thing. Morud stands there. And I'm going to say the 3 of you, these 3 murder babes, will know one another. That's fine. So Morud is there waiting. And it is, Gidana seems to be keeping you waiting, but also ever since you have appeared in this new place and sort of declared war on a different hell, you understand she has many duties. Next to Morud is Balia. Balia, what color is your speedy armor?
It's it looks almost like kind of burning clouds that kind of like taper back a little bit, like there's kind of like wisps of wind, like wind pushing back. I don't know if that makes sense.
Totally.
Sick.
Please, I created the smoking ones. It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I get you. So basically, you are sort of standing there, Balia, who has her sort of teleportation magics at her presumably long taloned fingertips. Balia, is there anything you want to say as you stand here in the throne room of Gidana, who once was just a knife of the devil like you, but now she is the sword of the devil.
You know, I could have teleported here any moment. She didn't have to keep us waiting around.
Finally, we see Dusa. Dusa, and what color do you think is Dusa's Dusa's shadow armor? I guess that's a dumb question. Although it could be like a tinted shadow.
Oh, black.
Fair enough. Okay. Dusa, of course, feared as like crackling energy is always kind of like there at her fingertips, ready to be fired out in a sharp blast of just hellfire. In a sharp targeted blast of hellfire. Does anyone want to make a comment about like horn shape? It sounds like Morude is saying she has like reddish skin.
Yes.
Anybody?
And
wanna
I think
claim?
it's sort of like swept back horns.
Okay.
Let me get back to you after I spend about 5 hours in the Baldur's Gate 3 character builder.
Okay. I don't know, Dusa, any thoughts?
Pale but pinkish skin, I guess.
Love it.
And then black horns of some kind.
Curved, straight,
Curved.
curved. Love it. All right. So as these 3 and the main thing though, also as these 3 murder babes are standing here, is based on the way they're drawn, they are so hot, but they will kill you, which strictly speaking is the definition of a murder babe. As you wait in this chamber, do any of you, do you all have a 4 in Hellfire?
Yeah.
Does anybody put any extra into their sort of sense, which is kind of like your hellish sort of perception? It's how gonna be how you look, you know.
How many extra dice do
We
we
could
have? for
put
those
extra.
So you all have to start. You all have 10 dice, and I'll put that in your notes over here. 10 dice.
It's an additional 10 that we can put into skills.
You can put those into any skills you want. I think we're gonna cap it though at I think we cap it at 7 for this game. So you cannot go over 7. So like for example, because of certain things you already have, Dusa, you could only put 1 more into deceive. God, she's a good liar. Would anybody like to put more into sense, or would you? Or you guys want to? Or is
What
that?
is?
So sense is
I
under
didn't see
Hellfire, and
sense.
sense is
Okay.
sense is perception.
I'm putting
It's-
1 in a sense.
Okay, cool. So you'll have a 5 in sense. Great.
I'll put 3.
You're gonna put 3 into sense. What does that bring you to? 7?
7.
Jeez. Okay, cool. Morud is very senseful. Then in that case, Morud, I will say that you, Balia, you kind of have a sense that there is kind of like some new thing has been installed in this throne room, which also didn't really used to be a throne room, was more just sort of like a room people would kind of hang out for. But in this throne room, you see that there is like a new sort of like mural that has been like put up high on the ceiling over this throne room. You notice it, but Morud, upon looking at it, you actually see that it has some writing on it.
What does it say?
It seems to simply say the words Ubi Kas.
Ubi Kas?
Ubi Kas, which is in a... Ubi Kas is like a quest. It was a hellish quest that was undertaken a long time ago.
And this is a new mural.
It is a new mural, yes. And also, KJ, you don't have to use those all now. You can put them in as you go.
Yeah, you want to make a new character? We're gonna make a new character, okay?
No, it's good. I'm saying you can build on the fly to face
No,
situations.
I'm not gonna do that.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. That's all.
Now
live
I gotta
your life
start
how you
counting
want.
over. Now, God damn it.
Okay.
Blade. What is? There's a new mural. Is there a specific reason why this is commemorated?
Are you talking to Blade? You
Yeah,
said?
Blade. Yeah, she's the blade of the devil, right? Kidana.
Oh, she's not here. You're waiting for her.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes, she's
Sorry, I thought we were
Sword of the
waiting to
Devil
go
is-
into the devil.
No,
Okay,
she is.
okay.
She's in. She. You're like standing before her throne, just kind of like waiting. She's not there yet.
A sword of the devil's return.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. But I thought for a second I was like, do you mean Baalia? But
No.
yeah, you can certainly. Yeah, but if you want to sort of ask about that or something, you may do so.
There.
All right. Balia Dusa, do either of you know if there's any specific significance to this battle for our Kidana? It's an old battle. It's not a new one.
Nope.
There were so many battles. After a while, some of them start to really just blend together for me.
I see.
Blend together in a mess of blood and gore and murdering.
If anyone would actually like to think on that, if anyone has I don't think any of you have gone ham on intellect. It seems as I believe is it all 4 of you? No, I take it back. Dusa has a 3 and the others have 2. So if anyone would like to roll a recall information on this, you can. Also, please be aware you all have 5 cursed cubes. Cursed cubes are a means of adding dice, sort of like power, but not the same in this system.
So, You know what? I'll do it just so I can understand how we roll in this.
Okay, yeah.
So how do I roll in this?
So, are you going to do a recall information?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Roll 2 dice, but remember, one needs to be any roll you make has to be has to have a hell die in it. So any roll you make has to have one die that you're sort of watching specifically what that rolls.
I have this oversized d6. So
Great. So roll 2.
I've rolled a 2 and a 4.
Okay. With a total of 6, you simply cannot recall what it means.
Okay.
Had you rolled more dice and gotten a higher total, potentially you would.
Sure.
And then, of course, if the hell die rolls a 6, it gets to explode. If you're only rolling 2 dice, you cannot have what we call an overcharge. It should be a better term than overcharge. I'll think about that.
A hellburst.
But you can roll a 1 on your hell die and just lose both the die from that roll.
Yes, you can. With only 2 dice, you can wind up with 0. That is true. Because you can roll a 1. Yeah, you can roll a 1 and then you pull that of the other one. So yes, that's true. So 2 is pretty rough. Okay, so good times. Everyone's doing great. As you look at that and are not quite sure what it means, the doors towards the rear of the throne room open, and Gidana, in her just like brutal, like black, shiny leather armor that exposes like. Oh, actually, I think we said it didn't really expose all that much. She's hot just because of like vibes, but she sort of strides in, Hellbringer. She sort of sheathes at her side as she walks up and looks at you all and says, oh, "Hello, sisters. It is good to be in the presence of individuals I can trust in these trying times."
Who do we have but ourselves?
Indeed. Well, of course, the devil Batabos. So,
What troubles you, sister?
there are reports, though we are beginning to prepare for an invasion from this old hell that we will soon place. Our allies have given us useful information. However, I am worried that in the porousness of our opening entry into this realm, as we have formed in this place, thanks to whatever surging power is connected to their material world, other things have gotten in, including, I fear, agents of the enemy of the old way, this old hell. There was a performance of demonic rock where many of our most valued and loyal servants were reveling in the destruction we were soon to bring to our enemies. At the great amphitheater, it was destroyed, and all within consigned to the torment pits, erased from existence. I need your help tracking down the thing that has done this. There are no survivors, so we do not understand anything about the nature of our foe. You must go to the amphitheater and track that which left. I would send simple soldiers, but no. This needs the touch of a knife of the devil, or a sword of the devil. I would go myself if I could. No. Devil's steel must be applied to this.
As always, sister, you are welcome to wield us as you see fit.
Thank you, sister.
When we find whichever being did this, we will step on them and crush them until they scream for mercy.
Put your
And once they scream no longer, we shall rip their throat out.
Put your sharpened heels through their throat indeed. They have been bad and require punishment. Murder babes. That's the name of this. It's murder babes. Do you all have whips? Okay, cool. No, you don't need whips.
Standard issue for us.
You probably all do actually have a whip just in case you ever need it. For swinging. And if you ever need to swing from something. So,
yeah.
At that, sort of Gidana will sort of send you on your way. Obviously, she doesn't have much information. Is there anything any of you would like to do or ask or do before you sort of bow and depart?
Is there any sort of sense of what type of old guard has arrived here?
There are rumors, but I'd rather you conduct your own investigation. I'm not sure how trustworthy they are. As I said, all present were killed. Many loyal soldiers are lost. A whole battalion. We could have had multiple battalions. A legion. We'll say it was one legion. A whole legion was destroyed. Guys, cleaner. A legion was destroyed.
Understood.
Go and bring an end to this interloper.
Would you like any souvenirs or trophies this time?
Only if they are worthy of being remembered. And with that, she sort of gestures for you to leave.
Very good.
As you guys sort of exit this place, you will notice that sort of in the hallway outside there is this like spectral form. Looks like a ghost, which is odd to see in hell, as usually the souls are being sort of tormented. But this is a ghost who seems he's wearing like a big brimmed hat and has a mustache and has a sort of cowboy vibe, and he looks all three of you up and down and goes, "Ladies," and just kind of goes away like he owns the place.
Who the fuck was that? Have any of you met him before?
No, he's not my type, so why would I pay attention to him?
All right, so conveniently, one of you has the ability to get everyone where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So, Morud, what kind of craft would you like to build out of flame that you're going to take on a many-day journey across?
Come, sisters. let me
a
take
dog
step.
sled, as always.
There we go. So, Balia, are you going to teleport everybody?
Yes.
I see that you've put some points into your power, so please
Yes.
roll 7d6.
Oh man, 2 6s. That's
And did you specify your hell die before you rolled?
yeah. My hell die is always going to be this cool red one.
Love it.
Now the worst part of this is adding up a bunch of dice. Like,
What is the difference between convince and manipulate?
Manipulate is more fun.
Convince is it's a good question, and you probably don't need
Feels
both.
like truth versus lying.
Yeah, it's basically manipulate is convince is you're just like you're demonstrating to people what's going on. Manipulate means you're tricking them through various means, even if what you're having them do is true.
28.
But then there's deceive.
I know. We can get rid of manipulate if you want, honestly. I think it's also, these are, like, you can also have other skills. These were just examples, and I'm sorry, some of these powers were, I deleted a bunch, but, like, this was from a system that was slightly different. This was from the...
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, manipulate is, it's not much of a thing. With a 28, yes, with no trouble at all, Balia kind of creates this wave of wicked energy spreads across her and her two sort of sisters.
And then we're there.
In the knife. And suddenly, you all appear at the ruins of this amphitheater. What is notable about this is one wall has been completely destroyed. The other walls are in rubble. There's rubble everywhere. There are carcasses of various demonic things that used to be here, as well as kind of the sort of like black bursts from when some of them sort of destroyed as they were pulled into a darker abyss. What?
So you're sure she was telling us this was a bad time?
As you're sort of looking around here, you can there are a few different things you could try to do here. You could use your sort of intellect to investigate what's going on, or you could simply use your senses to see everything you could see in this space. And also you can let me know specific things you'd like to do or say or try.
I'd like to just sense around.
Okay, you're just going to take a look around. Great,
Yeah.
Balia, you do a look. KJ hasn't rolled yet. Do so. What would you like to do as you sort of get here?
I don't know. I mean, realistically, all she would probably do is just gently kick over one of the dead bodies and say, "Oh, I think we went to school together."
That's fine. I'll tell you what. Make a
I was gonna say I didn't build her for thinking, but compared to these two, I guess I definitely fucking did.
Well, the murder babes don't have to think. That is fine.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Yeah, Dusa, go ahead and make because you have 3 dice, roll 3d6s. Let's do an investigate. Make sure one of them is your hell die, and you want to note 6s or 1s on that. But otherwise you're just adding.
Just add them together.
Add them all together, yeah.
10.
With a 10, with your investigate, as you sort of look at this figure, kind of just a cursory investigation of like, oh yeah, this is one who I think I knew. You are pretty confident with a 10. You don't have details, you don't have stuff that what destroyed all these people was probably a single concussive blast that was strong enough to not only just take out all of this whole legion kind of in one fell swoop, but also it destroyed the structure. That's your guess, is it was all done in one.
Well, I tell them that.
You spread that along. Balia, what did you do for your sense?
15.
15. As you look around, what Deuce's huge brain can pick, because Deuce is always she's like the nerdy murder babe. She's the thinking woman's murder babe.
She's the one that has.
Oh my god, can I be Regina George?
Absolutely.
Can they be my plastics?
Sure.
Oh my god.
I mean, here I don't know.
Plastic would melt here, darling.
Yeah, I don't know they can.
There's
be
Karen.
Yeah. There's Karen. Balia, with a 15, as you sort of look around, everything that Dusa is saying makes sense. You even think that you can sort of spot a point in the middle that might have been the epicenter of the blast. Some kind of where everything whooshed out from.
At least I would if I knew what the word epicenter meant.
Sure. You can imagine if basically you can find the nipple of the blast right there. Okay.
Yeah, I found the blast G spot.
What would you consider
in hell?
tracking?
Wouldn't it be an H spot? Marud, what?
What would you consider tracking?
Tracking. I'll tell you what I would consider tracking. You would probably make a new thing called track and intellect. Otherwise, it's just a flat intellect roll. So if you wanted to put some points into the ability, even though you are not the most,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it feels like we should have some adeptness at.
Sure.
Put 2 into tracking.
Okay.
Some adeptness in finding our targets.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're adding if you want to, you can just sum them from the top, because that means your track is 4 and your hellfire is 7, The other ones are, I'm just looking at how they've done their sheets. They've they would have written a 4 for their track rather than.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That way you know how many, you don't have to do math. You do math now rather than later. You're good. I'm more saying, I was like, what is he talking about? No, I see what's happening. You're good. Okay. So with a
So I'll roll tracking then.
Go ahead and roll track. You get 4 dice. Congratulations.
That's 12.
A 12. With a 12, it's kind of, you sort of look through, and it takes you a little while. You're kind of losing precious time, but you're looking at all the various prints that were coming this way, but you do, with a 12, notice a few prints that are kind of maybe on top of some of the dust that emerged. And you can see them leading off into the desolation, away from the amphitheater. You don't necessarily you're not 100% on it, and you'll have to make another track roll in a while to catch up to them, but you feel confident that you have at least a direction that you should follow.
All right, I think whatever did this is that way. Shall I make us a vehicle of flame?
What?
I mean, I could just keep teleporting us
But we just don't know how far
10
to
feet
go.
that direction until we need to stop.
He doesn't have she doesn't have limited teleportation. Like, it's not like an amount.
It probably should be limited, but I think for the murder babes at this point, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you all can just go. Yeah, you're when especially you guys here in New Hell. I think it's like you're
like Rocky Jumper on Rock.
You're hardwired in here. Yeah, you're.
You mean on Earth?
No,
on
rock. He can't. If he's in dirt, he can't do anything.
I thought he could go through dirt.
Dirt, he might be able to do something. What he couldn't do anything on is like water or grass. Then he's screwed. If it's rocky dirt, he might be able to. But the best for him is like a rock face.
Okay.
What about
Also, if he's in
but he'd be like screwed on the salt sea, right? Where it's all just bones and shells on the beach.
Yeah, it's bad news. Cool. This has now become KJ's favorite episode for 2 reasons.
So yeah, we can teleport our way over there.
Okay. Balia. So you basically, based on what Marud says, please give me a teleport roll, Balia. Let's see if you can kind of whoosh your way in the direction that Marud is guiding you.
Another 25.
With a 25, I will say that Balia, you sort of are kind of like there's sort of almost like an intuition along the route as you sort of go a long way. If Dusa and Balia, upon landing, would you give me a sense roll? Marud, give me a track roll. And Marud, actually, hold off on your track roll. Let's have the other 2 sense first.
Math. 18.
18. Dusa, what did you get on a sense roll? KJ?
Sorry?
Did you do a sense roll?
Oh, sorry.
All good. So it's when it's a new name that you don't know.
All 6, right?
Yeah. So it's how many 6s, how many ever you have in sense.
Okay.
And
12.
And make sure note if your hell die is a 1 or a 6.
22, 27.
27 and 18. Okay. So Morud, give yourself 2 additional bonus on this.
I may have done the math wrong.
Because they're looking so high on this.
Okay. Oh. So that's a 1 on my hell die.
So remove that and whatever your highest other die is.
Okay. 11.
11. On 4 dice? I'm sorry.
No, 4, 4, 2, and a 1.
So Morud. So basically, Balia and Dusa really are like trying to help Marud find some like oh well here's like I see nothing on that part, but oh look there's a step, and oh yeah they're kind of like pointing. Marud kind of takes a few steps over and sees and does feel that a slight turn has taken here, but these sort of discernible footprints that you guys see in the area, you definitely know you're on the right trail, and Marud is like moderately confident in sort of the next distance, but Balia, based on this, you're not sure that you want to teleport that far. So if you guys want to teleport again, Balia, you can do it, but it's gonna be kind of like it's almost just like it's not faster to walk, but it's kind of like you could just walk to how far you teleport, kind of a thing.
I mean, do you want to rest your pretty little legs some more, ladies, or do we want to just poof over there?
I can walk. It's fine. I'll just walk.
Dusa starts walking.
You know best, Dusa.
So, as you guys head a little bit further, Morud, give me another track roll. As they've sort of given you some stuff, but they're like, okay.
Doesn't matter the system, guys. It doesn't matter.
Did you do it again?
Yeah, so I rolled another 1 on my hell die, so I removed that, so I've rolled a 4.
Understood. So Morud, basically you guys walk and effectively Marud leads you for a few minutes. Balia, this may be the longest you've walked in the time that you can remember.
Oh my god.
But after a few minutes walking, Marud
Oh my god.
has not only lost the trail, but she's she's like taking you guys away from it. So you'll have to go back and re-find the trail.
I look at Deuce and I say, I don't mean to be Maru, but maybe you should do something about this.
What am I gonna? It's so hard to deal with Dan when he's talking that way. I'm struggling so hard.
God, this is it.
Which one do you mean? I'm just doing character.
You're doing great. That's the fucking problem.
Sophia just said this is starting to feel like an episode of Hear Me Dragons.
Hey, that's the Pierce effect, baby.
Oh my god.
Do I know where we got lost?
Well, because you're the team's resident genius, I'm gonna have you.
That's mostly the Here Be Dragons thing is just mostly because we spent 30 of our 46 episodes wandering in a desert.
Okay.
Sure. I'll tell you what. Dusa, why don't you make an insight roll? Typically, that's not what sort of this is for, but I'm gonna let you attempt it. So you get to roll 6 dice, and yeah.
15.
15. As you sort of look around, though Marud has been sort of tracking, you do see a range of wicked mountains kind of in the distance that are not where Marud was just sort of guiding you in the direction of for this past 10-15 minutes have been a disaster. But before that, you were kind of thinking like, I bet we're going to those mountains. And then Marud like zigzagged around and it was a disaster. So you think that's a logical place someone might go.
Okay.
You don't have a specific area. You're not like that peak there, but like that mountain range might be a place to kind of go and have a closer look. Okay,
Deuce is just gonna like point, like physically just like point Marud. It's like, we're going this way.
Okay.
Towards that. That's where you're taking us. We're going that way.
Very good. Thank you, Tusa. And I guess I'll continue. I'll head in the direction that Deuce has pointed.
Understood. Or Balia, if you wanted to, you could teleport in that direction.
Now it's like we've been walking. Perhaps I'll just teleport in that direction a little bit. Nobody can walk. You want to make a roll for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I got 6. I got 666.
You got 666?
Yeah.
All right. Add everything together that you have.
So that's 18. That's 20, 28, 33.
33. Okay, now roll them again. Oh my god. You get to roll the whole thing again if you get 3 6s. I might need to tone that down. That might be a lot.
No. That's cool.
He's gonna cross 50 here, I think.
Barely. That's 52.
52. In addition, Dan, roll 1d6.
1.
You get one. You get 1 cursed cube.
Damn it.
Yeah, bummer. But with so basically, Balia, as Deuce says, like, go to those mountains. Something in the wind. You know, when you are a teleportation expert, there is some kind of inchoate understanding of space and time and relativism, and Balia, perhaps subconsciously, definitely not consciously, because her brain is tiny, because that's how Dan thinks of women. He sends her, Balia gathers this group together and goes kind of to what she just intrinsically understands is the perfect point of teleportation at that mountainside. And as the sort of 3 of you land kind of at a sort of like kind of like a mid-range sort of peak where there's kind of like a vertex of kind of the intersection of would the perfect place be the top of a mountain, or would it be like a valley? I don't know where that
would be the top so you can see forever.
Perfect. So basically, as you sort of just lead them to the top, so you could both look around, and of course, Ducey, you're kind of like, no, we shouldn't have done this. You go to the top of a peak, a mountain peak, and Balia, because of just what you were doing, you happen to have brought yourselves to within about 100 feet of a figure on the peak who seems to be in the process of preparing their own teleportation. A figure in a dark cloak. A figure with sort of kind of like a cloak over what look like horns.
How far away?
About 100 feet. Certainly in range of your sort of attack if you'd like to just go for it here.
Yeah. Yeah. Blast. Hellfire
Understood.
blast.
So, and Deuce is just kind of not even waiting, as a true knife of the devil would do, just like, just fire. So go ahead and roll.
Murdering time.
Before you do this, would you like to spend any of your cursed cubes on this attack?
Can I? Because I'm already at 7. I thought that was
Oh
the
yeah,
max.
7 is like the max for like your stats for now. You could go higher if you. Yeah, you can. It's not like a cap on. You can roll any number of dice.
No, just in case it's not the guy.
Murder babes, murder babes. Here to commit murder, here to be babes.
I mean, we're not combat babes. We're not consideration
29?
babes.
29.
Yes.
A 29 is a very high sort of success. So you absolutely interrupt this person or this figure in the midst of their own sort of teleportation spell, which Balia, I think that you know without even a roll that whatever teleportation they were about to do is the much harder cross-planar. They were about to leave this plane, not just go elsewhere on it. It's something you're capable of, and the roll you just did could easily have done it, obviously, but instead what it has done is brought you right where you need to go. So
I mean, if they're taking this long to do it, then clearly they're not experienced and they don't know how to finish the job.
Actually, Balia, please make an insight roll on that point. That is under your sort of your charms.
Yeah. That is. What number is that? 14.
The reason somebody would be doing that is likely they may have already expended a lot of energy.
They've already blown their load.
Cool. But we all get Balia's vibe, right? And that's Dan. It's a Steinbergler is the one who's painting women in this. Okay, cool, yeah. And I'm like, Dan, be a female character. And he's like, got it. Ooh, he blew his load already.
Well, no, he's just Dan, but with a high-pitched voice. That's it.
Do so. With a 29, you blast this figure in the back as he's sort of trying to sort of do something, and the cloak ignites in flame. 2 wings unfurl from out of it, and also other sort of feathers floating, and what you see standing before you is a sight that makes even 3 knives of the devil, even 3 true murder babes, pause in genuine terror. Or, if not terror, surprise. You were expecting some kind of, like ancient sort of devil, like gross old, this old hell vibe. You were expecting some real like stereotypical devil or demon. No, what is before you is a white feathered angel. An angel with white wings and what seemed to be horns rising out of its head are another pair of little fluffy wings kind of coming up out of its head like this. So the angel has huge wings on their back and these kind of like smaller wings, almost like sort of like horns or like even like Flash Hermes, kind of flishing back. And this angel who seems very, very sort of like tired, glowing gold, sort of exhausted, but sort of rounds on you, kind of kicking off the hellfire burned cloak, and says nothing, but sort of stands there glaring at the 3 of you. I'm going to say, Dusa, you kind of did that as like an immediate round, sort of surprise round. We now, however, will just jump into an initiative thing here, which this system, if memory serves, I believe it uses your run sort of just in order of what the dice are. So I know that Balia is always going to be very first to act in these sorts of attack things. And Balia, you probably do have some, you've got some other fighting prowess, I'm sure. You can also do a curse. A curse is kind of just like a standard, demonic energy you can throw at people as well. And then, of course, you can always go into physical stuff if you want to. If anybody wants to have a sword or a knife, you definitely all can
I
have
put
knives.
2 dice in weapon. I haven't figured out what weapon it is.
Perfect. Some blade, I'm sure. Yeah, so you can.
Not your
Balia,
whip.
yeah, you all have whips. You've all got whips. So I think that Dusa, you have. So basically, the order will go Balia, Morud, Dusa. Although this individual will be in there at some point as well. But Balia, you are faster than this person you're sort of up against here.
I will throw a curse. I'll do a curse.
Make a curse roll. I love it.
Ooh, that's a 6 on my hell
On
die.
your hell die, so it explodes. You get to
So then,
reroll
okay.
it.
So question.
Yeah.
I have a 6 on this, and I have a 6 on another die. If I roll a 6 again, is that 666?
It is
Okay.
not 666. They have to
Okay,
be
so that's
there.
a 4.
They have to be
So-
there staring you in the face.
Yeah. 10, 15, 21, 27.
27. With a 27, you curse this angel, already knocked back by this thing. This angel he's like, oh, he's just, the kind of like the wicked speech, which, he clearly has some resistance to being a holy being, but it just really kind of like hits him in a pretty rough way.
And I'll say those little wings are going to make great additions to my boots.
He kind of like is in pain, but is preparing to go. Morud, it is your turn.
I want to create sort of like a large sort of maybe fire golem kind of thing behind them to sort of just wrap their arms around the angel, try to pin their wings down.
Understood. Okay, so I will say you can. This is probably an instance for how much fire you'd need to do that. You and Dusa could coordinate your roles in order to do that. If Dusa is willing to, rather than blasting this guy, sort of blast over by him so you can create a creature.
Would you like to do the flaming squeeze, Dusa?
Sure. Yeah. Yep. So would that be my turn or?
Yes, it will be your turn.
Okay.
So kind of, you guys will so basically, and you'll sort of do yours first. It's Marud's almost holding her action, so Dusa can. Yeah.
Wow, that's hilarious. So the turn that I'm helping Pierce, there's 2 1s and 2 2s on my 7 dice. You're contagious.
Was one of the ones on your
No.
One of the okay, cool. So
One
what's
of the
your
2s
total?
is.
One of the 2s is. What's your total?
Oh, 3 2s. I'm sorry. Oh my God, you are contagious. 2,
It's gonna be. You might not have hit 15.
12, 15.
You just hit 15. Okay, so just to be clear, you just even did enough to have like even affected this angel, but instead you put kind of like Dusa maybe having sort of expended a lot of energy kind of on the initial just like shot on a stranger. Perhaps Dusa. Do you think Dusa would be... I'm just trying to come up with like a story reason why it didn't work out. Would Dusa be thrown that it's an angel? Is that a thing you think? I know you know this character so well and have thought about her a lot. But like, is the fact that an angel's here, do you think that might have thrown her like not what I was expecting. What's going on?
Yes, fine,
Okay, cool.
yes.
So yeah. So go ahead and shape this fire in your way,
Right.
but you don't have quite as much raw material as you would sometimes hope.
This honestly doesn't happen very often.
Rolled another 1 on my hell die.
Okay.
So I'll remove the
Never
6.
happened before.
A 6. Okay, great.
No. Sorry, I'm removing.
Oh,
a
you'll
6.
remove
Hang
the
on.
6. Okay.
9, 12, 15, 16.
A 16 will be enough to sort of like wrap around this angel and sort of keep the angel kind of in place, kind of in a certain sort of way. However, it is now the angel is kind of holding a turn to do this. So, ooh, wait. Oh my God, I almost didn't designate, which in this case I guess would be a heaven die. Let's
Holy
see.
shit.
Let's say.
Sorry, KJ.
Hmm.
There's not a cure, so I hope.
Better
You
not
have
be
it.
terminal.
You have what I have now.
No, you just sort of live uncomfortably forever. You don't die by it.
Sure.
Okay.
You just slip deeper and deeper into mediocrity.
Cool.
I'm going to give you guys this choice. And I think I know what you'll say. Should this angel get a benefit for rolling 3 6s?
No.
No.
They are an angel.
And
I'll allow it.
That should be their
It's
critical fail.
hard to walk the righteous path.
Well, technically they rolled 4 6s.
oh well, then yeah, they're fine.
Okay, so that's 24. That's okay. So, that's 24. So they have reached a 36 is their total. They also rolled some ones and things. But with a 36 as a total, this angel summons some like last. And honestly, you even see this angel looks like they're summoning their like last will and like bit of reserve, as kind of looking at you all and doesn't say anything, just kind of raises like being kind of fighting off this golem, sort of like shakes a finger and then casts a teleportation. Now the good news for you is, Balia, you're watching this, you're sort of seeing this, but the angel does disappear and some of the flame is being dragged behind it. However, Balia, here on your turn, right at this moment, as the flame that Dusa threw and that Marud's shaped is kind of like going up into sort of a void, you do believe it is possible to follow.
Use it as a conduit to teleport?
You can use it as a conduit to teleport after. You can follow this angel to where they've gone. It is possible that you're going to teleport yourselves into a heaven, which would be rough, but
Well, you know what I gotta say about that?
You're murder.
Let's go, girls.
All right, let's go.
Oh, that's not a great roll. That's at 20.
Perfect. A 20 will be enough to do it, but with a little bit of like shenanigans. So, this will be great. So basically, as you're sort of like kind of gathering, sort of, none of you even really stepped forward. You were all kind of doing stuff from back here, just, not wasting time on movement. You're still able to encompass both of them. And Morud and Dusa, you feel yourselves being pulled along the line of the fire up after this angel towards kind of like a bright light. If either of you are frightened or are unhappy with what's going on, you can certainly voice it, but there's not really much you can do about it at this moment.
Is the fire, so like we're following a line of fire, right?
It's kind of like a curve of fire at this point, because
we're like kind of immersed in it. It's like
you're immersed in like the fading embers of
Okay, if I can just grab whatever I can to just sort of spin it around us as some sort of like
sure, just grab a little extra flame on the way, sure.
Just to like wrap it around
whatever
us, like
was left of your guy. Sure, go ahead and make a pyromancy roll. That sounds good. Oh, of course this is what this should be. What do we got?
It's the 4th one in a row.
On your hell die?
Yeah.
Maybe get a new hell die.
8, 12, 10, 11, I think... 15.
15. Okay, 15. You do manage to grab some suppressive stuff, but that's sort of it. So basically, you pull yourselves kind of through this thing, and Balia, you just manage to kind of follow the energy. Marud realizing what's happening. Dusa, Marud, and Balia, you have that sort of interplanar teleportation feeling, this kind of plane shifting feeling where it's a little more disorienting, and you do feel that though you still have plenty of hellfire in your own chest. I mean, for God's sake, for Satan's sake, you are knives of the devil. You are murder babes incarnate. Like you can throw down no matter where you go. I mean, okay, heaven would be rough, but you do pass through something, and all three of you hit the ground in a burst of hellfire. It's a hard hit, but you do all feel that you are not blessedly in heaven, for above you is a night sky. You realize none of you have probably ventured to this place in your full physical forms before. You might have projected here or there. You have come to the mortal realm. You've come to the material plane. As you sort of land sitting up, kind of disoriented, suddenly... tell you what. This will be both from the landing and sort of this, and the fact that you passed through the thing. Can all three of you give me a resist injury roll? It is under your Hellfire ability. don't need super high on this, but just give
Yeah, I
me
have
the
nothing
roll.
to do with Pierce. I literally got 3 6s and a 4.
You got 3 6s?
Oh yeah,
So you have 22. Re-roll
the whole thing.
the whole thing. Yeah. If you get 666.
Oh my god! And so I got a 6, 2 5s, and a 3, and the 6 is my hell die.
That will explode on the second roll. So re-roll just the 6 on the hell die.
Another 6.
Re-roll it again. But actually stop because are you adding this
A
up?
4. No, God no.
Okay, hold on to the. Okay, so you had 6, 5, 5, and 3. So the first one was 3 6s, and so it was 22. Then it was 32, 38, 41, and now another 6 and a 4. So 51 you've rolled.
Yay!
Okay, so
that's
Dusa
not fucking
basically
damage.
Dusa takes no damage, and actually Dusa, you're not even disoriented for a moment. Balia, what did you roll on your resistance?
11.
11. With an 11, you won't take any damage or have any trouble. Marud, how did you do?
27.
27. Also, Marud pretty darn high as well on this kind of like getting it off, but nothing like Marud. You're kind of Baalia. You are like you also since you were doing the teleportation, you're probably a little more like weirded out for a moment. Marud, you have a moment of like but then you sort of stand kind of gathering what little flame remains kind of around you as you look up. But the other thing that could have harmed you, and I'll actually say that with Dusa having rolled so high, maybe Dusa, you kind of just like use some hellfire to block this. Arrows are actually shot at all of you guys. And you look out because you're on a rooftop in the mortal world. And on one side of the rooftop are several ninjas who have just shot arrows at you. But then you guys look over and you see that you probably were not their initial target, though now they're shooting at you as you guys have all just appeared. And this woman goes, what the hell are you three doing here? Then she adds, I don't hate the outfits though. And you look and you see you see this woman in her own ninja-like garb that's really like midriff bearing. She's got like a mask on with hearts on it because it's Nightheart. Remember Nightheart? Yeah, that's right, Nightheart. She's got her like crazy like her pole arm with you. So now it's 4 murder babes next session, and that's where we'll end. That's where we'll end. Murder babes.
Unless next session, unless you ask Dan to roll and we have a 13 and we just start a whole new
I'd say
game.
I won't be here next week, so.
There you go. Because we all know Dan didn't really roll that 13. He rolled like a 3 and just said 13 because he knew I'd do something crazy. Yeah.
You know I wouldn't lie about the sanctity of the 13.
I do know. That is a full... guys, everyone should know that was a joke. Most of what I say is completely serious. That one was a joke. So, well, okay, great. This is a fun one to have in the hopper, though. I enjoyed this. We can do some quick check-ins on this here and there. I am sorry for how... I know it took us but I think we actually started playing... I think we got a full hour of play of this.
Yeah.
Which is more than I was...
decided I have a cape made of shadow.
Cape made of shadow, okay.
So you can't actually grab it.
Yeah, it's your hand would pass through. That's pretty fun.
But I can swish it if I want.
You can swish, they can't grab. Absolutely. That's very fun. Well, great. Nice work, everybody. I hope that you guys enjoy these characters because I think they're very fun, and obviously, the more murder babes we can get into the world, the better. But I do think this will be a very fun, a very fun little other because this is totally. I'm thinking about comic books. If there's a huge event going on, there is totally a limited series just about some of the demons from the new place. Yeah, absolutely. That's what this represents. This is like some backup stories about 3 murder babes, and just to kind of to have stuff, and obviously pairing you with. Before I rolled randomly, this is a rare case of me doing this, especially the spirit of this. I went to my sheet of all my heroes to be like, who should they bump into? And I was like, no, they're bumping into Nightheart, so it's bared midriffs all around. It's murder babes on every side. So there we go. Well,
we need to get the channel artists on this immediately.
And I have a boob window.
Yeah, sure. Because that's what everybody needs in armor.
Yeah.
But noted. I'll see. We'll look into that for sure. Get the channel artist on this immediately.
I'm just putting that out there to anyone.
Yeah, it's Well, thank you so much for watching. This is actually going to just be a one thing tonight because we built a new world and started it, and perhaps I won't. Maybe sometimes I'll just roll a D4 rather than a D13 without the option of starting a new thread. But I don't know. I kind of figured it was fun to leave it on there tonight, and now that it's happened, I'm not sorry we did it because this is really fun. I'm very into this little extra group of people. So thank you so much for watching. We have some other games on the channel. We have Blood from a Stone on Friday, where we are starting a brand new segment in Ignador with the Deck of Dread after the shocking events of last Friday's game that were oh yeah,
I gotta
Dan.
read that recap.
Yeah, some stuff happened last week.
I haven't checked that out yet.
Yeah, there was some fun. We do not have a game on Sunday because of the Super Bowl, but we are back on Monday with more Dreamlands. Speaking of the Dreamlands, there is currently an active vote between two choices. One is a carryover from the first mission. We can still do Course Court Revisited. The dreams are still happening, so there's still a chance to investigate that before it resolves one way or another. Or our intrepid heroes, our very mismatched group, could go on a program in what is called the TVU, which I don't know if people noted what the TVU included. I kind of revealed a big thing there and just buried the lead. But if you look at the description of that, it lists all the series that the TVU contains. And one of them is kind of interesting.
I haven't read that yet. Let's see.
You haven't looked at the options yet? Yeah.
No, I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah. The TVU contains Third Time's the Charm, the Adverse, but also Noteworthy. That's right, Noteworthy is in the same realm as those, for whatever that means, in the same multiverse as those games. So,
interesting.
So yeah, what could that mean? The TVU is interesting, but we could go to the TVU to go on. You guys, everyone gets what Meet the Plains is, right? You understand? Does everybody get what the joke of Meet the Plains? What Meet the Plains is a parody of, or what?
Like Meet the Press?
Yeah, it's Meet the Press.
Yeah.
It's like a Sunday morning news talk show.
Yeah.
Where you guys are gonna go be pundits on a talk show to talk about the rise of Macy.
I'm doubly glad I didn't vote for that one now.
Yeah. What I've decided to do is that
the options for the pundits are Star Trek characters, the cast of Third Time's the Charm, and the Adverse.
Could the Reverend Gary Tarmac be a pundit on that? I will certainly say this: the Reverend Gary Tarmac could absolutely be a pundit talking about the rise.
Just want rich and richer man doing Crossfire until one of them is determined to be the richer man and the other's dragged off screen.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that. But we also do have Course Court Revisited, which is the vibes. The difference in vibes between these two options is night and day. Course Court Revisited is like a really like chill, somber, like introspective thing, and this is like chaos. And again, I'm shocked that they're neck and neck right now, but I appreciate it too. So yeah, that's the vibe of what's going on for the Dreamlands, and then we'll be back 1 week from tonight with more fun for Topflight Tales. I couldn't tell you which thing we do. I also should mention we're not always even going to roll the dice. Sometimes based on who's here, I might roll the dice because it's like, I don't know, we're missing the whole group for anything, so let's just go crazy. But other times there will be a clear let's get back to X, Y, or Z. So I'll just mention that. So that's what we got going on. Please go to our Discord to participate in that downtime for the Dreamlands, or to just kind of talk to us. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to the wiki to see all the cool stuff that is posted about these games and summaries and how they interact and theories in the meta section and all sorts of awesome stuff that Sophia's done. Also, these wonderful players here, some of them do really cool things on their channel, so go to our About page, check out their socials and follow them and all that fun stuff. Also, follow us here on Twitch and on YouTube, I guess, over there.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, that'd be
follow
cool.
Us in places. Subscribe here on Twitch if you're able, but,
Give us Daddy Jeff's money.
Can't do. Don't.
It's Subrwary.
It's Subrwary? Oh, no. It is Subrwary. And then comes Domch. So yeah, if anybody wants to plug specific things they're doing on their channel.
Well, first,
yeah.
we had Uncle Almost in here cheering bits, so thank you to Uncle Almost.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh wow.
An
Yeah.
indeterminate amount of bits.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yes.
I think Dan, you're still acting in the real world, so you're not streaming right now, right?
Oh, I streamed today. The reason I wasn't, I mean, I just had like rehearsals and shit, so I was like just running around. My days were busier, but now we're just actually doing. We're not rehearsing. We're doing. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know what they say? Life is but a stage, and we are all dipshits upon it. Yeah. I streamed it. I actually, you know what I realized I have never played, and so I bought for like $4 today on the Steam store that I might start streaming.
Checkers.
What's that?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh wow.
Oh, fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I might start doing that. There's also a new Magic the Gathering set up today. I went 3-3 in a draft because I lost one of the games because I should have mulliganed when I didn't.
It's the worst feeling though. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, we're living it.
Very cool.
I'm actually gonna Manzukis tonight, just because my schedule's been so. It's a new audio drama if you like horror-y stuff, called Consumed. That is part of the Light and Grim series. But one of my good friends, Rachel Rosenblum, is playing the lead in it. It's very good and interesting so far. I've liked what this group, the people that write and direct these series have done. It's real interesting and real creepy, and specifically directed at Sophia, who will appreciate. It's this last episode's called Amen, and it's like almost bilingual in how much just untranslated Spanish is in it. It's really cool. So highly recommend Consumed wherever you get your podcasts. There's 3 episodes right now.
I was really wondering if you were going to end it by saying from wherever you get your podcast.
Yeah, of course you have to, right?
Say. Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
KJ, would you like to Manzukis? Actually, wait. That means, sorry. That is from How Did This
I know
Get
what
Made.
it means.
Yeah, you know
Don't
what it means.
mansplain Manzukis to me. I know what it means.
Manzukis explained?
Yeah, I don't. You're being a real Jason right now.
I'm the Jason of the group. do you want?
But no, I have none.
Okay, understood. Just trying to. Well, thanks everyone for
What's
watching.
your favorite Pokemon, KJ?
See, I can't answer that like simply because it's done.
What's your favorite from the
generationally.
original 151?
No, you know, actually, I can. It's the garbage bag, Trubbish.
Garbodor.
Garbodor?
Rubbish or Garbodor?
Rubbish.
Either depends on my mood. The garbage bag, because that is just an ingenious thing to make. Oh my god,
wish
nothing will ever top that.
I wish Pierce had asked that slightly differently, which is phrasing it as, what kind of Pokemon are you?
The Trubbish, yes, exactly. Oh my god.
Makes you do things to do.
On a good day, I'm a Munchlax, but
Munchlax.
That sounds so rude.
I'm a Munchlax. Get out of here, you Munchlax. Dan, drink.
I'd say don't fuckle with Shuckle.
Dan, drink some more from that the way you just were doing. There we go. Thank you. That's what everybody's looking for here on the internet. It's a handsome man drinking with no hands. That's the.
I'll suckle up the tea to this water bottle.
Well, yeah. Thanks for saying something rather
And
than just
again,
having it be an
just to
implicit-
prove that I wasn't doing anything different for this for Balia aside from changing the pitch of my voice.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. This has been a delightful time. For more Manzuka splaining, join us in our next game. Until then, have a top night.